Yeah, heck of a game. I'm proud of the guys, and I've said that to them a lot. I'm proud of the way you played. But I'm also happy for them because they've earned a couple hours of a smile and an enjoyable evening after what we have gone through. The last 6 days were as difficult on student athletes as anything I've ever really been through as a coach, and I'm sure there's worse things that teams have had to deal with, but not being able to get to your series on time and spending 6 or 7 hours waiting to try to do that, to have to come back here at 6:30 in the morning, bus essentially what turned out to be into a tornado, and then you finally get out of here, and you get to the game a couple hours before, and you don't play well. Now the guy on the mound pitched his tail off, but I'm not going to go through this again. You guys know what happened, and we did not really perform well. What we did today, and he scattered a lot of hits, but it wasn't damaging, so he evaded it. He had some key punch outs, Jamie, so did Ox, but Jamie had some key strikeouts. The 3-6-1 double play, probably the pivotal defensive moment. Cam made some nice plays, Lodis, nice double play, nice dive at the little line drive. Faroe played well. Tibbs, some nice plays in the outfield, Cantu. So the defense helped support, which clearly was a traffic jam for us all night. They're a really good offensive team. They put the ball in play, they 2-strike hit, they run the bases. So when you can escape giving up that many hits, you're not going to if there's a lot of extra base hits mixed in. So the other side of it for us was really the extra base hit was the difference. And you can put some bigger numbers on the board when you have that opportunity, and we did today. Max's the double that kind of separated and helped us late there was big. Faro's home run, Cam's home run, Lodis's home run got us going. So there were some good at-bats. I think the base on balls mixed in there really helped. They threw a lot of good arms. Ferrer's walk, I believe that was in the bottom of the 8th. It got us going. Diamez went in there and ran, scored. And then Faro's walk kind of set up. Maybe that was the 7th. I'm getting my innings mixed up. Yeah. Faroe had a key walk in that situational baseball as well that allowed us to kind of extend, and I think that's what gave Max a chance to hit the double into the corner that separated. Ox was good. It's fun to watch a guy like that get here and, quite frankly, hadn't had a lot of opportunities, and then the more he's taken the ball, he seemed to thrive, and he's a fun guy to have around, and he thinks the game, he knows the game, but you ultimately have to go perform. There's some people that think the game and know the game and don't go out and give you that. But I thought the punch outs looking were huge. I think he had one in the 7th when he came in, a big one, and also one in the 8th. Those are big moments, and the crowd's into it, and you get the K time going, and you get the punch out, especially looking. I thought those were pivotal pitches that he made. He did a good job. Both guys battled, but it was neat to see Ox come out of there with a lengthy, good performance.
You scored 3 on solo homers, but that means 5 runs weren't homers. You manufactured a couple, including Tibbs tagging up from second to get to third and then scored on the bunt.
Yeah, no, that was really good. Like, that was a good base running play, and with the arm that they had on the mound, it seemed like there were a lot of sliders that were probably in play for us. And I thought, I haven't done that with Cantu, but I watch him do it in practice a lot, and he handles a bat. So I think did that get us our 5th run? I think to get it to 5-2 maybe, just to breathe and create some space. I thought it was the right thing, but they have to execute it, and it was a good job of base running, good lead and jump like you should have on that, and that did help. And then the at-bats, sometimes just the wild pitch and some of the things that go into this, and I think you get more of that when you have a lineup that has some lefties and righties and a mixture, so you're not throwing to 8 of the same thing in a row. I think you get more mistakes, and I think that was part of it today.
Nice to see the power production from the bottom of the lineup, Alex and Drew. It feels like it's been a lot of the top lineup guys lately doing that.
Yeah, well, they've accumulated some. Is that Lodis's 7th home run and Drew's 5th now? So to have guys down there that are that athletic and capable, I think it sometimes gets overshadowed by those guys in the middle that have clearly done so much damage that 5, 6, 7 home runs doesn't seem like a big deal. Faro's got 15, 16 doubles. I mean, those are significant statistics. And I know it hasn't come as consistent as we would like in some respects, but those guys are young and they're still learning, and you see growth and you see development and you see them harnessing some of the things that you have to do to hit at a high level.
It seemed like in the 7th, Jamie really wanted to stick in there and finish it out, and I know he didn't ultimately do that, but just how much have you seen him grow as a competitor this year?
A ton. And we saw glimpses of it his freshman year. The confidence, the stuff. We've talked about this in here. Which comes first? Your confidence with what you're doing, or when you start seeing the stuff you're running up there, you probably become more confident because you know you have some weaponry that allows you to chew through people when it's right. But he's worked in this weight room. He does his arm care stuff. Micah's with him. The advancement we've made with the pitching lab and the bullpen just gives them better training space. Phil and Jamie do a great job of circling the wagons on their health and strength. So you're seeing all aspects of the program give Jamie the best chance to be on top of his game. And you see it with some of the hitters too. And he's not the only pitcher that's benefited from that, but that's what you're trying to do when you're trying to upgrade what you're doing in the cages and the bullpens and the pitching lab and the technology and the TrackMan and all of those things. You're trying to get them to unleash maybe more than they thought was in there, and he's doing it.
It wouldn't be a Florida State baseball weekend without a doubleheader, it seems like, or something weird that goes on with the schedule. How big is it with that in mind that you only use 2 pitchers tonight? Because you're going to have to...
The things that are going through my mind
Right.
when I know we're about to go play 18 innings after, what time is it? It's 10:30 right now. Until the time I get home, it'll be 11:15, 11:30, and the guys, same thing. It changes things by a great stretch when you don't chew through a lot of arms, and we had some guys on the verge of being hot to go into the game, but they didn't have to go in there and jump in the trenches and fight today. So that helps. Those are long, difficult days. And the pitchers, it's hard. It's also hard to stand out there. Like, those guys are going to be standing out there playing defense for 18 innings and running on and off the field. My first baseman at Auburn ended up playing right field for the Marlins. I'm like, Coop, what do you got on this? He's like, Coach, the hardest thing is running to right field 18 times. Like, I've never, at first base, you run 10 steps, right? So it's taxing on everybody. It's taxing on us mentally to stay ahead of things for that long. And it's, the umpires have to stand out there the whole time. So they're tough, but it's a part of the game. And we're going to have to manage it best we can tomorrow, but not using a bunch of arms helps.
On top of that, how big, having, it might be the first time all the doubleheaders you've had recently where you won the first game, you kind of have a game in hand. How big is that going into a doubleheader?
Man, to walk out of here with a W today, like, that team was on it, and you didn't feel like it was headed in the right direction. And in part, it seemed like we would do something positive, and then bang, 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 they answered. Like, it's just one of those days where we're not going to get over the hump, and it was. But yeah, like, just the comfort of being able to go take a shower knowing you're 1-0 in this thing, and you know what you're dealing with tomorrow. It's not going to be easy, but you'd much rather show up tomorrow 1-0 than 0-1, that's for sure.
Do you know the order on the mound tomorrow, who you're going to go with? And
Dorsey, and then we'll just figure
Dorsey
it
will be
out.
2 for sure, like he'll pitch the afternoon game?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, and then we'll go from there.
Awesome.
Appreciate it.
I don't know what else to tell you.
No, you're
We'll
good.
start with